Good evening. Just some quick updates for our students on the 26th of January 2021. I suppose the first thing I want to do is, following consultation with our students and parents and teachers, and with the announcement that there is going to be an extension to the online school for a period of possibly up to 5 or 6 weeks, we're going to change the timetable slightly. So all classes will still start at the same time, but they're only going to run for a duration of 50 minutes max. So every single student should get a 10-minute break between their online classes. That will bring an increase to your small break of 30 minutes and 40 minutes for your lunch with a 3:30 finish. So I think that's very important that we implement that change, because that's the feedback anyway we're getting from our students in particular, that they really felt that they were getting no breaks between their classes and that they wanted the movement break just like they would have in a regular school. And I suppose our main focus is we want to maintain everybody's energy and everybody's engagement for the next period of time online. In addition to the changes to the class length to 50 minutes, we're also going to include an extra half day for students in the school, but our teachers will be going into meetings in departments because I think it's really important for us as a school community that we do meet as well, and we do connect with each other, and we do plan for the weeks ahead by reflecting on the previous week's work. So this week there'll be an extra half day for students on a Thursday. In general, students should have no work to complete. And we want you to make use of that afternoon in terms of rewarding yourself by getting out in the fresh air, getting some exercise in, engaging in your hobbies in a socially distant manner, in a safe manner. Or some students might find that there's a time that they use to catch up on work that's been given. But look, it's an extra half day that's happening this Thursday, and it'll rotate Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday over the following weeks. So class contact time now is going to 21 hours 20 minutes. We're including that movement break between classes, and you have an extra afternoon off to get some exercise in, or some time to catch up with friends, or some time to catch up with homework or assignments that have been set for you. Again, we would encourage people though to make sure they follow all public health guidelines as we move through the next period of time under level 5 restrictions. And all these changes really are coming from the feedback that was given to us by students. Also from the survey, I suppose it was nice to know that the vast majority of students are coping really well with the remote learning over the first couple of weeks. But I suppose question 3, I suppose it is concerning for us as a school that over 170, 180 students have felt some way stressed or anxious over the previous couple of weeks, with quite a high number saying that they've been quite often stressed, or very often, and that's an issue I suppose facing society in general at the present time. And it's something that we as a school will come back to, and I suppose I will rely on the expertise of people in the school who might be more professional in this regard. But it's really important that we acknowledge, first of all, that there is a high degree of anxiousness and stress in all communities, and that it's okay in some respects to feel a certain amount of stress and anxiety, because that that makes many of us work harder and makes many of us focus harder on the tasks at hand. But we do need to acknowledge it, and we probably do need to look at ways in which we can support students in that position in the remote environment that we face ourselves in. I think the first thing I need to say to students though is, in terms of your teachers, I think it's really important that I acknowledge that the teachers in the Coláiste will continue to have high expectations for you online. I think that's good, that's healthy. That's really important that we maintain that value system in the school. Your teachers really only want what is best for you in terms of your academic and personal development. That goes without saying, and that's part of our role as teachers. One of the great strengths we have in the Coláiste is that we really encourage our teachers to collaborate, to work with one another, to share best practice, and that's going to be happening every afternoon, that you're getting an extra break, that our teachers are going into different groups to look at ways in which we can improve the online experience for you and regular school when we do return. We do as teachers miss school. We miss the regular banter that we have in school with students, the contact we have with students in school. I suppose students keep us all young in mind, if maybe not in body, but that part of the education is a big loss for you as a student, but it's also a big loss for us as teachers. However, as cases in Ireland were so high at the time, I think the right decision was made to go online. But please go with everybody's effort that we will return, and we'll return to a safe school in the coming weeks. And you know, we have to acknowledge that everyone is feeling the stresses, not just you as a student, but your teachers as well, and your SNAs that are working with you do feel the same stresses and anxieties that are shared by many people across the country. Again, you can help out everybody by using your student journal each day. Have it out, write down what's been done in class, write down what assignments you're getting, what homework you may have to do, whether it is written or learning homework, and keep your journal as you would keep it during a regular school day. One thing that came back very much from the student surveys, and in a discussion with Ms. Tarrant and Mr. Delahunty today, a theme that was coming up a lot from students was how will you stay motivated over the next couple of weeks. And so therefore, I suppose we set ourselves a challenge. We might sit down and maybe come up with our own ways in which we can help you to stay motivated. And actually, if you Google it on the internet, there is thousands of books on motivation. There's thousands of videos on motivation, and there's an awful lot of really good stuff up there. But look, I drilled down and I picked out 3 strategies that I think can help people to stay motivated, not just in the short term, but probably in the long term as well. So my first one, anyway, I'm going to go for it, is try and get into the growth mindset space. It's kind of a can-do attitude, I will do attitude. I think a lot of us, and myself included, can move into the fixed mindset space at times where we avoid a particular challenge. You know, we don't really show enough effort to achieve results in what we're doing. We ignore some of the feedback that people might give us. We don't like to hear the negative word, the other criticism. And that's kind of a fixed mindset that can hold you back as a person. So let's see, can we get into the growth mindset space? You know, say to yourself, listen, with effort I can achieve, improvement in all my grades. When I'm handing up my homework to my teachers, I'm going to make sure it's the best homework that I can actually do. And that's all growth mindset thinking. If I'm given a task that I find difficult on first reading, I'm going to try my hardest to get that done. I'm not going to give up easily. And that's all the growth mindset space that if you can develop that form of thinking, it can really pay dividends for you. And it can also reduce a lot of stress as well and anxiety, because you're into the space of problem solving, which is a skill in itself, and you're getting out of the space of negative thinking where you can't. So that's my first strategy for staying motivated, is try and move into the growth mindset space. My second strategy for staying motivated is to think 12 months out. I think in 12 months time we're going to be back to very much normal society. So you need to be thinking now, especially 6 years, and this works all the way down the years, 12 months time where they want to be. A 6 year, find 10 minutes, or a first year, find a quiet place, find 10 minutes, sit down, close your eyes and say, where do I want to be in 12 months time? I want to be in college doing engineering. I want to be in college doing primary school teaching. I want to be in college doing nursing. I want to be doing an apprenticeship in electrical engineering. I want to be in an apprenticeship doing carpentry. I want to be working in care, putting aside some money so I can return to education later. I want to be in Kildalton doing a cert, green cert, so I can help work on the family farm or take over the family farm. They are the thoughts that you need to be, or the thinking that you need to be having in a quiet place in your own time. But I think you need to do it each day, and you need to stay in the space of, this is what I want to do, which is a dream, is distinct from, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, which really is only dreaming, which will do you no good. And that's really important that you understand the distinction between the two. At first you might be saying to themselves, I want to be in the honours maths class. At first you might be saying to themselves, I want to be in honours English, I want to be in honours Irish. A third year student might be saying to themselves, I want to be doing TY, and I want to be looking at work experience that I might look for in TY next year. So you need to be thinking 12 months out. Keep that thinking open, but I think it's really, really important. And once that 10-minute space is finished, or that window is finished, then you concentrate on one day at a time. This is what I can do now to achieve this in 12 months time, or in 365 days, or whatever. So that's my second strategy. And my third strategy is practicing gratitude. I think really, really important for us all. Say thanks to your parents, say thanks to your brothers and sisters, grandparents. Just say thanks. Say thanks for everything they do for you each day. Say thanks for the fact that you you know, that you have access to broadband, say thanks that you have access to a laptop, a phone, you know, that you have food on the table each morning, you have a warm house, you have access probably to Netflix, all these type of things. You know, be very grateful for what we have. Say thanks, you know, for the beautiful countryside that we live in Cahir and Artfin and all the surrounding areas. You know, some absolutely gorgeous scenery. Say thanks for that. Practice that sense of gratitude, and you know that will help. That will help you stay motivated, especially as we move into springtime and as the days start to lengthen, and you know the sun might start to appear a little bit more often. So there are my 3 strategies for staying motivated: practicing gratitude, thinking 12 months out, and trying to get into the space of a growth mindset. And lastly, I suppose change is inevitable. We never would have thought 12 months ago where we would be now. But the growth that you will make in the next period of time, folks, will be intentional. It's what you will do. So again, I thank you all. I thank every student for the cooperation that you're showing to the school. And I hope you might pick 1 or 2 things out of the slide, show that we've gone through. And over the next couple of weeks, other staff members in the school will be, you know, giving their insight into topics around staying motivated and managing stress, managing anxiety, because, you know, they're things that everybody's feeling. So again, I say well done to everything in the first couple of weeks. Enjoy your afternoon break on Thursday afternoon, and work hard over the next couple of weeks until we return to full school community.